Hi, I am Michelle Norris. My friends call me Shelly. I am co-founder, public relations officer, and Corey's mom here at Corey's Network Incorporated. Corey's Network is an advocacy program for surviving victims of homicide. We help people get counseling. We help them understand the investigation and court process, help them navigate the media, and we've helped pay for over 430 funerals in the Kansas City metropolitan area, all of which were homicide victims. In addition to this, we've identified over 725 unsolved homicides since 1970. We try to make sure that we honor each and every one of these individuals every single day. And at least once a year, we have a vigil in which we bring all of the unsolved homicides together. We display every one of those faces, and we invite the community to come out and also represent the program. Corey's Network, of course, is very close to my heart because, like I said, Corey was my son. Corey was 22 when he was murdered. And when I walked out after Corey died, I asked for my advocate. And they told me, I'm sorry, you're not going to get an advocate until the case has been solved. That didn't sit well with me because I'd been in social work for more than 25 years. And I thought for sure that an advocate would be provided, and it wasn't. It took 3.5 years before Corey's murder was solved. And because of that, we didn't receive an advocate for 3.5 years. But because of our commitment to our community, because of our commitment to our family and to Corey himself, we had already been a nonprofit since 2014. Corey died July of 2013, and we were a fully functioning nonprofit by June of 2014. That's less than a year after Corey died. We were already advocating for those people in our community. We have been doing this now for 10 years. You know, 10 years is huge. 10 years has been all the way through COVID. 10 years is a remarkable amount of time for any nonprofit, but all we are doing is growing. All we are doing is helping our community and trying to do the best we can every day. I believe that the reason that we are successful is because we have integrity. We are also very altruistic. We give because it's the right thing to do, not because we want anything back, but because we want to make sure that Kansas City, Missouri knows that they are loved and that we will help in any way possible.
Hi, my name is Robert Norris. I'm president and co-founder of Corey's Network. We were founded in 2014 after my stepson Corey was killed in Independence in 2013. We provide immediate support and services to the surviving victims of homicides. We help them with police and media relations, we help them with the court process, and we also donate to their funerals. As a side note, we also give them referrals for grief counseling. We started Corey's Network, and we really didn't know which way we were going to go with it other than those few facts. But along the way, we have met many partners in the community that have helped us along our journey. Whenever you're sitting at home and you're wondering who's going to help the people that lose family members, it's us. We try our best to fulfill their every need. We help them get food, we help them get utilities. We give them a place to go when they need somebody to talk to. We get calls in the middle of the night when somebody's down and don't know where to turn. This also puts together a lot of the skills that I have insofar as organization, insofar as computers, insofar as just providing the leadership that is necessary to move us forward. I'm excited about us moving into our new location, and I'm also excited about our future. I think Corey's Network is going to be one of the leading advocacy programs in the nation.
Hi, my name's Tony Madeira, and I am the treasurer for Corey's Network. I have been with Corey's Network for over 6 years now, and I have gotten involved indirectly through Bob and Michelle. I have known Bob for over 30 years. I used to work with him. And I got introduced to Shelly and Corey's Network, and they wanted to utilize my skill sets to help them build their structure and get the treasurer and get the accounting going in a little more professional direction, since that's kind of my background anyway. We've had very good luck and success. I have watched a lot of nonprofits not survive COVID, and I'm so proud of the fact that we have strived and we are thriving. So this is our next level, to have this open house, and I know everyone has worked very hard to get there. I will say it's a pleasure to work with this particular team, not only because many of them have been impacted directly, but because they're all dedicated volunteers. We have no paid employees, so whatever gets done through this team, and it is a team. We are almost family more than team, I think. So I think that's what impressed me the most. I've worked with a lot of nonprofits, but this one in particular has won my heart. And even though I'm probably going to go off the board next year because I'm trying to retire, I will probably stay very much involved with this team because I think so much of them and what they're trying to do for the city. And I say more power to them. I've always been a fan of Hamburger Mary's for fundraising. I know that the person there that does the bingo shows happens to have raised millions of dollars through Hamburger Mary's over the course of the years, and very proud to say that's a personal friend as well. But I do enjoy working those. Everybody's happy, everybody's smiling, and we raise lots of money, so it's a good thing. I think from the client's perspective, they know they're not alone. And I think that is a big factor, especially if you're a family with children, they're all impacted, and I don't think people understand just how much. So this organization has so much more work to do, and I really hope we can grow it to be a full-fledged agency.
So my name is Susan Barnes, and I'm here representing my cousin, Jonathan Porter, and my nephew and my niece's fiance, Michael Brewer, and Keith Wasmer. Jonathan was working for Evergy, and he was first day on the job, and some guy walked up to him and asked if he had a cigarette. Jonathan said, "No, I don't smoke." And the guy stated to him that people die for lying, and the guy walked away, and he came back and he shot Jonathan and automatically killed him. And his crime is still unsolved, and this was April 24th of 2018 at 9th in Brookland. Keith and Michael were dropped off at Longview Lake in the middle of the woods. They had been missing for, I believe, 10 days before we found them. Their crime is still unsolved, although there is still a gentleman in jail right now. They have all the evidence that he did it, but the detectives just keep telling us that they're going on their clear path, but they don't have all the evidence yet. And he is currently in prison for involuntary manslaughter on a different case. I wanted to be a board member to know that this can happen to anyone. We lived in a small town. We never thought that our loved ones would be murdered, and then we had 3 in the same year.
Hi, I'm Helen Hurley, and I'm a current board member for Corey's Network, Inc. I became affiliated with them many years ago when I worked for another organization as a volunteer with helping families of homicide, and became instantly enamored with the work that they were doing and started attending vigils. And that's how I met Bob and Shelley, was going to those vigils. I was excited when they invited me to be a board member because I wanted to join the work and continue the good that's going on in the community that helps families recover some peace of mind when it comes to dealing with their grief and loss, and providing opportunities for children to just be children. And that's really my why, is giving back to the community, a community that is impacted daily by violence, and helping those families not only have some financial support, but the wraparound support, the love that's provided by all members of Corey's Network, Inc.
Hi, my name is Keyshawn Ingram. I am a board member with Corey's Network. I have been with Corey's Network since probably 2020. I lost my husband on July 19th of 2020. His name was Christopher Ingram, and that's how I became affiliated with Corey's Network. It's unfortunate how I became a member of the board or even had to reach out to Corey's Network, but at the same time, it was also a blessing to meet a group of families, people that are going through the same thing that we are going through. My husband's case has been solved, but the charges were dropped. So we're back at square one. It's one of those things that's unfortunate because people are either afraid to talk, they want to abide by the street code, or whatever it is to keep people from solving, these homicides. It's just something that I wish more people would eventually speak up. We also get to go out and we advocate for those people that are no longer here. We get to bring families together and educate people on different things that they didn't know about the legal process, how to hopefully bring justice for their loved ones and to get their case solved. We have a Grief to Relief program that occurs every other Wednesday, but right now we are trying to get a fresh new start. So we'll start sometime after the beginning of the year. So we would love for you guys, once we get our new group to come out, come visit us sometimes. We're held on Zoom, and we also have it here local in the building at this location.
Hi, I am Maya Banks. I am one of the board members here at Corey's Network. I have been a board member since June of 2024. I became a board member because I currently work in a victim advocacy role, so I wanted to definitely try to expand and broaden my experience and bring it more so to the community. And I believe Corey's Network was definitely the perfect fit for me to do so. What attracted me to Corey's Network specifically is as my position as a victim advocate. I did a lot of referrals for families to Corey's Network, and I noticed that it was a successful referral. They were getting the help they needed and kind of bonding with that community that they needed. So I definitely wanted to be a part and help advocate, help pursue, just kind of help strengthen and be that support for other families here in the metro area as well.
Hello, my name is Molly Mansky. I am the manager of public safety at the Maddie Road Center, a nonprofit in Kansas City, Missouri that works directly with Spanish-speaking families. I oversee our violence prevention street outreach team, and also I am the Northeast Drive-In Hub Director that oversees all the referrals that come in through the hub for individuals living in the Northeast that have been victims of violence. Part of my position is making sure that individuals directly impacted by violence and those causing the violence are connected to resources in order to give them a different path, and make sure that our street outreach team and our community resource coordinators are responding directly to the violence and issues that are happening within the Northeast. Something unique about our team is that we are bilingual in Spanish and English, and so the majority of our work is working with those victims of violence that speak Spanish and do not have access to the resources that they need due to the language barrier and lack of knowledge of those resources in the community. I became connected with Corey's Network through my position at Maddie Roads as manager of public safety, as we sat around the Partners for Peace table for the last couple years and directly worked with homicide victims referrals, and being able to connect with them and to see the work that they've been doing has been key, and that's really what brought me to be a board member with them. I've been a board member with Corey's Network for the last couple months. I started in the spring with them, and I think that I'm able to help provide some perspective on some of our Spanish-speaking families and really provide some diversity to that, as they are able to support a lot of our English-speaking families. As we're able to support our Spanish-speaking families, we're able to do this together. And without them and the work that Corey's Network is doing, we would have a very big gap in the community. I think these last few years of working beside them and seeing what they're able to do, I've been able to see the love, the passion, the work that they're able to provide homicide victims' families, because there are not a lot of individuals doing this work and able to connect and provide the support and patience and love that a lot of our victims and families need. Corey's Network rocks.
My name is Captain Steve Miller. I'm currently assigned to our homicide unit with the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. I've been in this position for approximately 8 to 10 months. I've been a member of the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department for about 22 years in a variety of different assignments. What Corey's Network is able to provide to our family members, with being on the police department side, we see sometimes a different side of this. We're on a kind of an investigative side, but we understand also that there are a lot of resources that a lot of family members need in regard to these traumatic events. And sometimes the police department is not the best avenue to handle some of these resources, and Corey's Network steps right in and does an excellent job with our family members and everything that they could need in regard to the aftermath of some of these traumatic events that occur.
Hi, my name is Christina Ludwig, and I am the director of the Greater Kansas City Crime Stoppers program. I met Shelley and Robert approximately 4 years ago when I first started working assigned to the Crime Commission as the director of Crime Stoppers. They were amazing, very welcoming, and helped me so much learn about what they do, this amazing program, how they assist people in the community with no questions asked. And they helped me learn how well we can work together and cooperate and try to help whoever needs the help in this community. We've been working together for the past 4 years. They came to my very first Arrowhead fundraising event, and they spoke to everybody there, and their heartfelt story really got to the people, really got to our community. We were trying to raise money, and they did such a wonderful job of going through all the things, the emotions, what started with the community, and trying to get that message out there that the Crime Stoppers program is there for people to anonymously submit information. If they feel any fear or of retaliation or anything else, it is 100% anonymous.
Hello, my name is Damon Daniel, President and CEO of the Ad Hoc Group Against Crime. For Ad Hoc Group Against Crime, for some, we serve as the emergency room for social services, and for others, we serve as the trusted bridge between the community and the criminal justice system. So we provide a variety of services for individuals, families, and communities impacted by crime and violence. I met Michelle and Bob about 10 years ago. They came into my office and introduced themselves and talked to me about Corey's Network. We really just kind of explored ways that we can partner and work together. And that has evolved over the years, and I've really watched Corey's Network really grow into a credible nonprofit organization that really works with individuals impacted by crime and violence. Corey's Network has really helped those of us organizations that provide services, particularly for victims of violent crime, to kind of sort of break out of the silos. Prior to Corey's Network, all of us in this sort of environment, in this field, I should say, really came across each other, shared information from time to time, but there was really no coordinated effort in terms of really working together. Many of us would invite each other to each other's events and things like that. But Corey's Network, I think, really found their niche in terms of really creating what they are, which is a network, and being able to provide a referral service, which has been incredible for us at Ad Hoc Group Against Crime, because we don't get to reach everyone who's been impacted by crime and violence. And I think that because Corey's Network has partnered with local funeral homes and have provided many families who have been facing economic hardship, been wrestling with the ability to bury their loved ones, that referral has become really key and essential to the work that we do.
Hello, I'm Monique Willis, mother of Alonzo Thomas IV, one of Kansas City unsolved homicides from April the 5th, 2014. Alonzo's mama and Corey's mama were introduced by each other by Jeff with the Jaws of Justice in late 2014, early 2015. Because we are mothers who created organizations because our sons were murdered. Mom on a Mission and Corey's Network has continued to support each other. We are different, but our common bonds are our son and the willingness to serve the community. We are not in competition with each other. There's nothing but love and respect amongst us. The way things are supposed to work, together in unity and solidarity, by supporting each other. We shall lead the way so others may learn from our example. We are not perfect. Our system or methods may not be perfect, but we are willing to come together to share our knowledge and skills for the good of the community. Our ultimate goal is to serve those that are in need with the emphasis of the surviving families of homicide victims.
My name's Dana Godfrey, and my son was Christian Olivares. He was killed on December 30th, 2018 on Oakland Avenue. He was 20 years old. I actually heard about Corey's Network after reaching out to the homicide department at KCPD. Unfortunately, I wasn't one of the family members that were notified that we had these resources immediately, but through working with them and the advocate, I found out about Corey's Network. Corey's Network has been a huge asset to me in the fact that when you're first going through something like this, such as losing a child or a loved one to homicide, I think you kind of feel like you're the only one. You feel like that you're going to be alone, that no one's going to understand how you feel. Dealing with family members and friends, they don't know how to react to what you're going through. But being introduced to Corey's Network gave me a support system, somebody to reach out to, someone to let my frustrations out to, and they understood. Another resource that Corey's Network offers is putting you in touch with other people in the community that can help you keep your loved one's name alive by coming to the meetings, by meeting with the prosecutor's department, the police department, local news and radio outlets. They've been a real asset for me on getting me aligned with the right people to keep my son's name alive over the years.
Hello, my name is Elisha Gatson. I am the mother of Matthew Gatson Jr. He was murdered on December the 11th, 2022, around about 3 o'clock in the evening on East 63rd Street and 71 Highway. Matthew was a father of one, engaged to his fiancee, Rain Bridge, who also was shot. His murder is currently still unsolved, and we're still seeking for answers. And we just asking for anyone who knows anything to please come forward, because our family is still hurting and we just want justice. Corey Network has been wonderful. They have really helped me out with getting my son's story out there, connecting me with the news, with some of the detectives, and also just the process of grieving, and also in keeping my son's name out there to get answers. So I am very grateful for the Corey Network, for everything that y'all have done and helping me and my children in this process, and continuing to helping us, and for just helping the community.
My name is Amapola Garcia, and I represent my son, Carlos Ambriz Garcia. Thank you so much, Corey's Network, for having me here. My son was taken too soon from me. He was taken at the age of 16 to gun violence in Kansas City on 27th and Parallel on December the 22nd of 2021.
When you found out, it was just, I mean, you have always just been there for all the parents, that lose a loved one to gun violence. The vigils mean a lot to me, just going out and supporting other families, being there for them, making new friends as well. I just try my best, to be there for you guys, and I'm a busy mom, but I still make time for my son. That I'm gonna let everybody know that he was loved, and we miss him so much, and I just thank you to Corey's Network, for always just being on top of everything, keeping us posted with everything, and we just love you guys. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Rhonda Herring. I'm the mother of Brandon McBear Herring. My son was murdered November 22nd of 2016. Still a cold case. We're looking for responsibility and accountability. Brandon left home with 4 of his companions and never returned. Never returned. My son was found on 67th and Lewis in Swope Park murdered. I met Corey Network from the murder of my son. Someone reached out to me and said, you would like to speak with this organization, they can be helpful. And they've been, since 2016, very resourceful for this journey that I've embarked on. They're like a family to me. I can reach out and ask questions. I can ask them to help me in certain areas, and they're there for you. Doesn't matter what time, night, or day, they're there. I believe I wouldn't be able to make it as far as I have in these 8 years that's coming up without Corey's Network. I want to say thank you very much, Miss Shelley and Mr. Robert Norris, for being here for me, my big sister, big brother, as I call you. I appreciate you, and you're very appreciated and needed. The yearly vigil means to me keeping my son's name out there, looking for someone that will ask and answer. I always say, speak up and speak out. And we're like one big family going through this same tragic, unnecessary murders of our family members.
Just so that you know how to get a hold of us, I want to make sure, number one, you can contact us at our hotline, which has been running for 10 years straight without interruption. It's 816-834-9161. You can also email us at corysnetwork@gmail.com. You can get a hold of us at www.corysnetwork.org. We're also on Instagram with Corys_network. We're on X with @Corys_network. In addition to that, you can get a hold of us on Facebook at Corys Network Incorporated, and we hope to see you there. Thank you.